Jake Paul, this is an official call out to you, right? I don't like you very much, Jake Paul, so I've decided that I'm going to call you out. So there I was, calling out Jake Paul to a boxing match whilst being live to thousands of people. If you're confused, I really don't blame you. I spoke to the manager of the YouTube game. Do you know what he said to me? He looked at me dead in the eye and he said, I've got kids in my basement. And there I also was, stood next to Luke Bennett himself, telling him that a random guy on the other team has kids in his basement, whilst also being live to thousands. You're probably wondering how I got myself in this situation. In order for this to all make sense, we're gonna have to go back a bit. Hello ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, we're in a brand new setup. I'm at uni now. Back in September, I packed my bags and left London where I'm from to move to the lovely tropical town of Reading. Home to, the festival, a couple of shops, phenomenal nightlife, a very mediocre championship football team. We're living large, ladies and gentlemen. So now that I've become a disgusting, horrible, smelly, binge-drinking uni student, the upload schedule has, dipped somewhat. However, I recently received a very interesting message regarding an event that's happening in just a few days' time as I'm recording this. Listen up, right? You're not going to want to miss this. On the 29th of October 2021, the Content Creator Cup is taking place. A YouTube versus TikTok charity football match where big and small creators are representing their platform on the pitch. Looks quality. When I saw this event was taking place, I knew I wanted to get involved in some sort of way. So a few months back, I dropped them a reply on Twitter. And just this week, I received a message saying that I was in as a presenter. TomGW, King Piss Taker, has managed to fluke his way into being a football presenter live to thousands of people from one reply to a tweet. Have that, Dan Ranty. Your job's been stolen, mate. I knew that if I wanted my performance to be a memorable one, I was gonna have to come prepared. The first decision that I had to make was the outfit. Now, I'm not sure if I'm a dickhead for this, I might be, but I thought maybe as a little Easter egg for some of the viewers at home that are more in tune with the YouTube football scene than others, I'm gonna wear my Clash of Creators top. I realise that this is a little bit like asking Bill Gates for his PlayStation username, but you know, I think it's a little bit funny. I'll have my coat on anyway, so the majority of people won't even see it. Oh god, am I gonna get away with this? The true answer is I have absolutely no idea. If you've not already subscribed to the channel and liked this video, then genuinely I don't know what else more I need to do. With my outfit secured, I'm pretty much ready to interview Cal the Dragon. What a monumental moment in history this is going to be. Oh my god, guys, you are not going to believe what's just happened. This may be the worst news that I've heard since Anthony left Smosh. Cal the Dragon has pulled out of the match. I am simply gutted. I had my heart set on that I slapped Cal the Dragon with a fish title. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to think of something else to do for this video because, you know, I can't exactly just go and present the match. That'd be way too boring. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I figure out what the weird thing is that I'm going to do. With just 24 hours before we went live, I desperately needed a video idea. So I called upon the help of a few of my flatmates to do the entertaining bit for me. Alright, good evening fellas. Hello there, Mr. Langford. Right, now, basically, I brought you here today because, as you know, I'm presenting on the Content Creators Cup tomorrow. I need to ask one thing from you. Could you give me a word or a phrase, or just anything really, that I have to say on the stream and work it into conversation, basically?
Cunt. I can do that for you.
I could have done with a minute to think about this.
Let's pretend to confer.
If we're all in agreement.
Can you stop touching me at the arm?
Can I go offensive or not really?
Well, nothing that'll get me cancelled, no, but you know, you can push it a bit if you want.
If you can somehow work in, like, I've got kids in my basement.
I reckon you need to use the phrase "bundelengers" to describe a guy.
Okay. Okay, yeah, no, you know what,
Do you reckon you can do that?
I can definitely do that.
Thomas GW, we would like you to call out Jake Paul.
That's very doable, you know.
You're going to call him a big dosser and then proceed to say you're going to knock him out.
I mean, I was planning on doing that anyway, so
Yeah.
you've not really changed my plans.
I've got kids in my basement. You could be like, someone said this, but you still said the line.
We know you've been doing boxing.
Mate, I'm basically fucking Jake Paul at this point. I could fucking have spoken out.
Yeah.
Right, something is going on in your trousers.
You know what? We'll go with it. I'll try my best.
Yes.
I'll try my best with that one.
So that was that. I had to call out Jake Paul, call a man a bundelengers. Could kill two birds with one stone there. And somehow get in the line, I have kids in my basement. Please watch till the end because that last one does end up going horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. I'm not exaggerating. Let's have it. The big day had arrived. I left bright and early that morning knowing that by the end of the day I will have called out Jake Paul live to the internet. What had I got myself in for? I got on the train and I was absolutely bricking it.
Sitting on this train, wondering how the fuck I'm going to do this. I'm genuinely going to have to say live to everyone that someone has kids in their basement. I can't do that.
Just carry that. truly snaps at the fiction of us saying that's quite difficult to explain.
When I got to Ashford, I felt incredibly unsafe, not only because I'd entered the depths of Kent, but also because I knew there were football TikTokers about. This was any sane man's worst nightmare. I decided to have a chat with my taxi driver to try and ease the nerves.
Have you heard of a guy named Luke Bennett?
Yeah.
Luke Bennett, you know him, do you?
Are you?
No, that's not me. He's famous for going, get out!
Yeah.
You know him? Yeah. Yeah, no, he's great, yeah.
So charity game today, yeah?
Charity game, yeah.
Before I knew it, I'd arrived at the ground and met Ryan, who I was presenting with, and also some of the other guys involved. Huge shout out to Ryan, because he was honestly such a sound bloke, and he was also a really good presenter. Go drop him a sub, cheers. I also found the shirt that will tragically never be worn. Fucking gutting that he dropped out in it. I'm actually so gutted.
Absolutely devastated.
I reckon one of us just nabs the shirt and runs on the pitch and just pretends to be him.
I don't think it'd fit me, to be honest.
But no, I'm not talking about Cal the Dragon. I'm actually talking about Owen Powell. Simply heartbreaking. Rest in peace, my friend. Before I knew it, it was 1:30 PM and the stream was starting. My heart was absolutely racing. The tech team had briefed us very briefly, and out of nowhere I found myself stood with a microphone in front of a huge camera waiting for a moment to call someone a bundelengers. Oh lord, this was going to be difficult. Now for the first 10 minutes of the stream, the sound didn't work unfortunately, which was a bit of a shame, but I did take my own recording luckily, so we do have the audio. Whilst the sound wasn't working on the stream, I called out Jake Paul. So no one heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, here is the footage of me calling out Jake Paul. I've got the shirt right here. I can do whatever I want with this.
Burn it.
You know what? I think this man might be on something, Cal. If you don't come to the next event, we will burn it. Alright, well, Content Creators Cup Boxing, should we do that next?
That may be something.
Yeah,
that
it
could
may be
come on.
something. You know what, Jake Paul.
This guy.
Jake Paul, this is an official call out to you, right? I don't like you very much, Jake Paul, so I've decided that I'm going to call you out, right? Content Creators Cup next year.
Yeah.
Me and Jake Paul, it's on.
And if you don't want to fight him, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Should we tag team him? Yeah.
We'll tag team him like that. Nice and easy.
I'm sure some of you think I'm joking, but I'm being absolutely serious. Come Reading and see what happens. Dossa. There was also a massive moment at the start of the stream that somehow no one heard. Well, I know how no one heard it. It's because the sound didn't work. But just listen to this, alright? Who's your money on getting sent off?
I will go with. I'm gonna go with Nerd Fire. Small.
It's a feisty one, isn't it? If I'm putting money on one person to get fired, I think nasty challenge from Halal Ham. And then look what happened later in the match.
Flicked into the box, a scorpion attempt.
Stop it.
As that is gonna be.
Oh, he's raging. Ham's absolutely fuming. Ham is fuming. Is this? I don't know if this is real or not. Is this just for camera? Is this real?
Wait.
Oh, he's raging. The ref's gonna send him off. Oh, you're off.
You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
A few goals, a few Luke Bennett saves, and one horrendous scrap later, and we'd made it to half time. It was 4-2 to Team TikTok at the end of the first half. Now, towards the end of the first half, the heavens absolutely opened, so instead of having me and Ryan down at pitch side like what we were before, they put us up in the commentary booth, where there was no camera at all. So whilst me and Ryan spoke about the events of the first half, all of the viewers at home got to watch this bloke just wipe the camera every couple of minutes. It was straight up just audio or video each time. The chances of getting both seemed pretty much impossible. Now, the halftime commentary was Gary Neville quality stuff, but unfortunately I still didn't manage to slip in the kids in the basement. Oh Christ. I was purely relying on the ending of the stream to get in the last two things on the list. The second half kicked off and Team TikTok absolutely dominated, with the game ending 8-3 to Team TikTok. Congratulations boys, it was quite a showing. But for me, the hard work was just about to start. Camera working, audio loud and clear, there were no excuses this time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, I am here with the bundelengers himself. It is Mr. Luke Bennett. Mate, you are the man of the moment right now. That was unbelievable from you. How do you feel? Bundelengers in the bag easily. It was only the big one left now.
Good win for us, you know, charity game. All for a good cause and that. But Team TikTok win. Team TikTok, bro. Let's go.
Listen, you've got a lot of fans here right now. Mate, I'm one of them. I'm one of them, Luke. Now, what made this even worse is that 50-odd kids saw that we were interviewing Luke, so they all decided to gather around the camera. We had a live audience. I already knew how much of a tumbleweed this was going to be. But this was it. It was now or never. Mate, I love you. These people love you. We all love you. Can we get a big get out just for the end of the stream?
Build it up, guys. Build it up. Ready?
Come on.
Get it!
Don't be a pussy, Tom. Just say it. You know what? I spoke to the manager of the YouTube game. Do you know what he said to me? He said to me, he looked me dead in the eye and he said, "I've got kids in my basement." That is straight up what he said to me. Mate, Team TikTok, we're all here for you, lad. We're all here for you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Oh, so cringe. It's so cringe. Way to completely embarrass myself in front of a bunch of children and Mr. Get Out himself. You could have literally heard a pin drop. Not a single person laughed. Ryan Debo's face honestly painted 1,000 words. Luke Bennett's has painted 10,000. I've got kids in my basement. That is straight up what he said to me. Mate, Team TikTok. Luke, I'm so sorry, mate. Right, let's hear it for Luke Bennett, everybody. Yep, that's right, Tom. Just keep going like nothing happened. Honestly, not a single one of those kids were there to see me. They were all there to see Luke, so it didn't really matter. However, just when I thought that one of the most cringe-worthy moments of my life couldn't get any worse, it got worse. You see, the reason why I decided to say that the manager on Team YouTube had kids in his basement was because I thought he didn't exist. Let me explain. I went into Team YouTube's changing room before the match, right? And they were all having a bit of a laugh about the fact that they had dead on 11 men at first. They had no subs to begin with. And they were also laughing about the fact that they had no manager. So I thought, bingo, they have no manager. When Team YouTube inevitably get walked all over, sorry, I can joke with Team TikTok when I interview them when they win and say, the manager on the other team said he had kids in his basement. Yeah, haha, I'm making fun of the losing team, but it's all good because he's not a real person. Like I'm not referring to a real person here. Now I'm not blaming anyone here because I should have checked myself. I should have made absolute sure of the fact that the manager wasn't real. But I was informed that there was no manager. This guy here who played on Team YouTube was a player manager. So yes, this does technically mean that I falsely accused someone of being a paedophile to 1,000 people live on YouTube, and in front of a load of kids, and in front of some of their parents. Oh, I would like to formally tell everyone right now that Bulladinho on Twitch, I think that's how you say it, does not have kids in his basement. I repeat, he does not have kids in his basement. Hope that's all cleared up. Anyway, I'd like to give a massive thank you to the Content Creator Cup for inviting me to present. It genuinely was such a good experience besides the obvious. They raised a lot of money for cancer research, which obviously is one of the most important charities probably to ever exist. So well done, boys. I'm genuinely really proud of you. And it was a very well organised event considering the fact that this was just put on by a few lads and their parents. From what I can tell, pretty much everyone there had a pretty great day. So pat yourselves on the back, boys. You genuinely do have a lot to be proud of with this event. I'd also like to give one more shout out to Ryan. It was absolutely quality presenting with you, mate. Let's just say that if there's another event next year, you can maybe expect to see like just Ryan, or maybe Ryan and someone else. My first experience of presenting was an absolute roller coaster, and I think we've learned a few valuable lessons. Don't ever wear a rival brand shirt when it's your job to present. Don't ever sit on my mate Marcus's lap. Don't ever say that an innocent person has kids in their basement when you're live to the world, and never ever trust me to not embarrass myself in front of everyone. Thank you for watching.